Dear viewers of CCTV News, welcome to our special program. My name is Sun Rui, a journalist from CCTV. Now I'm standing at the estuary of Qiantang River. We say that the tidal bore of the Qiantang River comes to its peak around August 18th of the lunar calendar. So let's wait for a little bit to see what we can witness this year at this moment. Every year we come to the same spot to do the special coverage, and it's also the same for us. This year we have invited our chief editor, Mr. Wang Weiguo. Hello everyone, my name is Wang Weiguo, the director at the front line of the report. Mr. Wang, could you please share with us the highlights of this year? For our coverage, we have enlarged the scale. Usually in the afternoon, we will visit the trumpet-shaped estuary, and this year we have extended the distance for another 20 and 30 kilometers. We have also used the helicopters to make the coverage, and we will make the report until the Grand Bridge. Around the Zhejiang Bridge, we have carried out in the past the archaeological studies. We have discovered that there are different discoveries, and in this area, we will give you enriched report about the tidal bore. And there are also different forms of the tidal bores. What about the technical highlights? Yes, exactly. This year, we also made some new breakthroughs. Traditionally, we have used the drones, the helicopters, and also we have the journalists installed on the land. For the first time ever in the history of the report, we have added one in the river, for example, in the Beauty Dike. For example, on a boat, we have the journalists carrying us together with the tide. And in the river, we also have the water observation tower. There you also have a spot covering the tide. So you can see very closely how the tidal bore is sweeping just across the spot. For the vehicle chasing the tide, in the past there's only one single angle, but this year we have added more perspectives. For example, we have the robotic arms. We also have the film level camera, high resolution camera. So it can bring to you different perspectives. We also have equipment of the 4K and 8K, like the 8K drones. So in a word, this year we have more perspectives to demonstrate the tidal bore to you, and also in a higher resolution. Thank you very much for your introduction. Thank you very much for that introduction, Mr. Wang. So this year, I think you must have more interest in following this program, because we have prepared so much more nouveauties for you to see. And let's look at the tidal bore itself. How come we have such great tidal bore here in the Qiantang River, and where is the Beauty Dike? We have invited Mr. Zeng Jian, an expert of the water sciences. Good afternoon, everyone. What is the principal formation behind the tidal bore? First of all is the tidal movement, the planet's movement that has caused the rising and falling tides. The second reason is that in the estuary of the Qiantang River, we have the trumpet-shaped estuary. And here we have this typical trumpet-shaped estuary, a very big river mouth, and gradually it's narrowed down. When the seawater comes into the narrowing down estuary, then the energy has been built up. From different parts, from the beginning part of the river until the ending part of the river. Here we have a different formation of the riverbed. Those two reasons have contributed to the formation of the large tidal bore here in the Qiantang River. What about the river movement, the water movement in the Qiantang River? We have different spots for the observation. But actually we have 4 stages. The first stage is the start of the tide. And then the second stage is the development or the building up in Yingguang and Qiantang. In those areas, you can see really gigantic tidal bore. And then there is the ebbing. For example, you can find the ebbing tide in Zhejiang. And also some repeated tides for 120 kilometers. That would be a very long line of march of the river on both river banks. For a distance of more than 100 kilometers, you can see different shapes and types of the tidal board. For 120 kilometers, and what about the distance until the beauty dike? From downstream until this part is the middle part until the downstream. It's also a beautiful sight. In the middle of the river, we have the T-shaped dike used for the protection of the river bank. Is a waterwork. And today, because we are doing some sightseeing with the tidal bore, so the T-shaped dike can be used also for sightseeing spots. And for the double round tidal bore at the T-shaped dike, first of all, we can see the clapping of the tidal bore against the T-shaped dike. And then due to the existence of the T-shaped dike, the tide would make a turn and go back. That is the first round of the tidal bore. And later on, not very far from here, we have another block in the river. So there is another turning around of the tidal bore. So at the same time, you can see 2 returns of the tidal bore. So first of all, it's the meetup of the tidal bore with the T-shaped dike, and then the tidal bore with another obstacle in the river. So at the same time, you have 2 returns of the tidal bore. And in Nanyang, it's also under the influence of the tidal bore. This is one natural spectacular view, and it has very big clapping force. The tidal bore can also have some impact on the river embankment. Today we have consolidated the river bank. We have different layers of structures. For this part of the river, we have to make sure that the river embankment is solid enough to protect the people and also protect the inland part. Thank you very much, Mr. Zeng, for your explanation. As is mentioned by Mr. Zeng, if we can master the force of the tidal bore, then we can be reassured to enjoy the sight of the tidal bore from dynasty to dynasty. The governments in ancient China have already started the waterworks to protect the city against the shock from the tidal bore. And gradually, once we can manage the shock and the impact of the tidal bore, we start to enjoy the beautiful view of the tidal bore. For the people of Nanyang, how can we better manage the tidal bore? Just now, I've also followed the introduction by Mr. Zeng. In recent years, under the leadership of the local government, we have combined the management and conservation. For example, here, for the area of 2,300 mu of land, we have started the management of the land. We have constructed the standardized dike to prevent us from the risks of the tidal bore. We have followed the path of high-quality development, and we also have the heritage, cultural heritage. We have people playing with the tidal bore. From their show, we can see that people have the courage to fight against the tidal bore, and they also know how to better manage the natural wonder. In Hangzhou, we also have the airport-borne economic zone, and in Xiaoshan area, we are developing integrated economic development zone under the request of a high-quality development policy. We are also developing the common prosperity. We have the housing project. We also have the community residence project for the people in the Lincoln area. We have built up this platform for the sightseeing of the tidal bore. We have tried our best to build our Nanyang area into a place where people can enjoy their daily lives and also can develop their industries and business. For the upcoming tidal bore, I think it's also a metaphor. It's like we are traveling together forward with the tides, and that is also the common goal of the people living in this area. So this is a place living with the tides. And you have also mentioned the cultural heritage. Yes, exactly. When there is the rising tide, some of the fish would be clapped by the waves until the beach. For the villagers and also the fishermen living on the beach, they will take their equipment and grab the fish brought up by the tides. And you have to be very quick for that action, because otherwise you would be engulfed by the tidal water. You have to be very targeted and precise. Once you grab a fish, and you have to know when to stop and start to run. if you can run at a faster speed than the wave of the tides, then you can have your harvest of the fish and you will also be very safe. Thank you very much, Mr. Lee, for joining us in the program. According to our estimation, in about 1 hour plus, we can have the tidal bore, and the maximum height of the tide water can be 1.1 meter. Dear viewers of CCTV News, my name is Yan Junqi. I'm now standing in Yanguan ancient town of Haining city of Zhejiang province. This is one of the best spots to admire the tidal bore of the Qiantang River. And today is also August the 18th of the lunar calendar, the best moment to admire the Qiantang River tidal bore. And it's also very special today. We can tell the difference from today and the previous days. The tides, they are great. And the tidal bore is sweeping again and again in front of us. And for the head of the tidal bore, it's 1.65 meters, which is 0.8 meters higher than several days ago. Why can we have this great tidal bore around August 18th of lunar calendar? And we have invited Mr. Zhu to explain this phenomenon to all of us. First of all, please say hi to everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zhu Jiangfeng. I'm working in the scenic spots. We have witnessed rounds of the tidal bores in front of us. They are very strong tides. And why this day, August 18th of the lunar calendar? For the formation of the tidal bore, we need the correct timing. First of all, for the sun, the earth, and also the moon, the relative gravity around the three planets. And why this date, August 18th of lunar calendar? Because around the 15th and the 18th of August of the lunar calendar, the moon, the sun, and the earth, they are aligned. That is why we have the greatest gravity at this moment around August 18th of the lunar calendar. And then we also have the geographic explanation. For the estuary of Qiantang River, it's like a trumpet shape. When the seawater pours into the estuary, then gradually you can feel that narrowing down of the riverbanks. And when the tidal waves are coming upward towards the inside part of the Qiantang River, then the momentum would build up. And there is also the white line. We also call it the single line of tidal bore. In recent days when we are here, we have witnessed different shapes of the tidal bore. And why is it possible here to form this one unique long line of tidal bore? We have three different types of the tidal bores, from Yanguan to Zhejiang, which is 12 kilometers away. We have the meetups of the tidal bore, namely the two tidal bores are meeting up one with another. At Yanguan, we have the one line of tidal bore, and we have Qiantang, which is 12 kilometers away towards the west of Yanguan, and there you have the double return of the tidal bore. During the evening, we also have the nighttime tidal bore. So you have different timeline to admire the tidal bore. Here in Yanguan, we have this one unique long line of the tidal bore. It's also based on the geographic conditions of the spots. For example, we have the sediment in the riverbed. And due to that special conditions of the geography, we have this unique long line of the tidal bore. We have the narrowing down of the estuary of the river mouth, and we also have the accumulation of the sediment. So immediately, the tidal bore has been pushed up. To explain the reasons in short, first of all is the gravity. Second is the squeezing. the squeezing effect by the trumpet-shaped estuary of the Qiantang River. And the third is the pushing force. The later waves are pushing forwards the former ones. And the fourth one is the clapping. We have underwater the obstacles, the barriers. So with the clapping and the blocking, the water running forward, they would be obstructed, and there are some minor returns of a former section of the water, and they would be met up by the later waves. One other question out of curiosity. In recent days, from our footage from the helicopter and from the pagoda, we can see that that unique line of the tidal bore is not a straight line, but more like a zigzag or like a curved one. Yes, exactly. Today it's very hard for us to see a straight line. It's more like a curved one. Due to different levels of accumulation of sediments underwater in the riverbed, we have a lot of wetlands here. And with lower levels of water and faster speed of the tidal bore, if you have witnessed this phenomenon very carefully, then you can see the northern riverbank has slower speed. Over there, we have more ponds without the barriers underwater. We have one pond made of the rocks. It's used for the prevention of the tidal bores to climb up. So for here, the tidal bore at Qiantang, it's not a straight line. Instead, it's a curved one. And it's a very elegant curved line of tidal bore. Just now you mentioned by the riverside there is this pond. It's also a protected cultural site. Today, with the advancement of science and technology, we have turned the tidal bore into one spectacle. But in the ancient times of our history, the tidal bore has been considered as a natural disaster because by then people didn't know how to manage it properly. So we have built up the barriers. We have used the glue to tie the bores of the wood together to prevent the shock of the tidal bore. And in the Qing dynasty, we have replaced the wood by the rocks. We have built up the barrier, the embankment of the river, just which look like the scale of the fish. And thanks to that embankment, we have protected the safety of people's lives and also the property. For Haiyan and our spot, we have 20 kilometers of the embankment of this kind. You have mentioned we have the barriers of mud, of wood, which can be easily swept away by the tidal board. I could share with you one example. For 1 cubic meter of area, the water force can be 7 to 8 times. To give you a better example to understand, if there is an object there, it can be swept away very easily. Not to mention a human being standing there. That's why, for our viewers, if you are on the spot to admire the tidal bore, then you have to first of all consider the safety of yourselves. You have to keep the safe distance from the tidal bore. With our camera, you can see one special portion of the tidal bore, but when you are on the spot in person, you cannot estimate the force of the tidal bore because underwater there are still some hidden waves and there are some other waves clapping against the embankment, so you have to be really careful when you are on the spot. We also have the pagoda of the Zhejiang, one of the best sports to admire the tidal bore and also one of the classical sports. For the pagoda of Zhejiang, why is it built and since when it is built? Here we say we have this one unique line of tidal bore by this pagoda. Every time when the tidal bore arrives at the site of the pagoda, they will become a line, a long line. Before their arrival, there are different separated sections of the tidal bore, but mysteriously, once they arrive at the site of this pagoda, they will get a line to form a unique line of the tidal bore. In the past, we also say it's the pagoda that can help us to suppress the powerful waves of the tidal bore. And in the old days, people believe that there is a sea creature in the river that has caused all the tidal bore, tidal waves. So people have changed the name of the pagoda into the Zhangao, means to fight against the creature. But today it's no longer allowed for people to climb up the pagoda because it's a cultural heritage to be protected by the local government. And also for the nighttime tidal bore, we have already installed the lighting equipment, so even you come here by the nighttime, you can still have the opportunity to admire the tidal bore. One of the important parts of the tidal bore sightseeing is the nighttime tidal bore. And when you arrive during the nighttime, to see the tidal bore is not the most important thing. To listen is. Every year around the festival, we will set up some lighting and we can also decorate the Zhangao pagoda. It can be much more nicer to see. And it's also in a wonderful match with the Qiantang River. Just now you mentioned that you have to hear the tidal bore during the night. And the tidal bore can be much stronger during the night. From ancient time until today, many literates have come to the spot to visit the tidal bore. Some of them have written the tidal bore into their poems. For example, Liu Yixi has written a poem about the nighttime tidal bore. Some mentioned that the tidal bores are like the thunder. Many poets have incorporated the tidal bore sounds into their poems. Even during the daytime, we can already hear the tidal sounds. And during the night, because you cannot see the tidal waves very clearly, mostly you can hear the sound, so it can give you a much bigger room for the imagination. For some of the tourists, after admiring the tidal bore during the daytime, they can come back to the spot to admire the tidal waves during the night. Thank you very much for your explanation. Just now we have followed the instruction of Mr. Zhu. We have already had the big picture of the tidal bore of the Qiantang River. If you are interested in the sightseeing of the tidal bore and if you are attracted by the history of this locale, you're always welcome to visit Haining City to enjoy the tidal bore of the Qiantang River. Now I'm with my team in this tidal board chasing vehicle. And in the air, we also have our helicopter. So we are bringing to you the spectacle of tidal board from different perspectives. We are almost in parallel with the tidal board, and I'm about to show you what is outside our vehicle. We are chasing the tidal board. We usually say that we have the largest tidal board around August the 18th of lunar calendar. So what kind of natural wonder can we capture today? Let's wait and see. If there is one unique perspective to have a closer look at the tidal board, I think it must be the tidal board chasing vehicle. We have our special robotic arm to stabilize the camera and to give you a better look at the tidal board. We are very close with the tidal board, and at this distance we can feel the strength of the tidal board. Today the weather is very beautiful with very high level of visibility. Even the river banks, they are wider than ever, and we have the white clouds, the blue sky, and also this one long line of the tidal board. They are running, galloping forward restlessly. It's not a straight line. In the middle part of the river, it's a little bit curved. For this part closer to our vehicle, it's galloping and it's making huge sounds as if it's saying that, hey, come on. And you can also have a closer look at the foams formed by the galloping waves. We are now driving at 20 kilometers per hour. And because we are in parallel with the tidal board, so that is also the estimated speed of the tidal board. Maybe that is not very impressive, 20 kilometers per hour, but that is already the equivalent of the best record of the world's best marathon runner. You can also see the white foams resulting from the clapping of the tidal board clapping against the river banks. And we also have different colors, for example, the white color and also the yellowish color. The local people say that when you observe the tidal board from different perspectives, you can be enchanted by different kinds of charm and beauty. In recent days, we've been observing the tidal board, and we've already agreed with the local people. Different kinds of beauty brought by the tidal board. And the wisdom of the nature has been demonstrated fully in front of us. At this moment, I can smell this salty breeze of the river brought by the tidal board, and also with a tidal force of 7 to 8 tons. I can also feel the tidal spirit. In recent days, in the city of Hangzhou, we are organizing the Asian Games, and almost every day we can hear the good news of our Chinese athletes collecting the gold medals. The water embankments, they are built in rocks, and you can also find the traces left by time. It's called the Anlan project. It's the anti-flood project. We have consolidated the scale-shaped barriers against the flooding and also the tidal board. At the foot of the barrier, we also have the concrete used. Very soon the tidal bore will arrive at Qiantang. By then, the natural wonder would clap against the artificial construction. And now I'd like to give the floor to my colleague there. Dear viewers of CCTV News, I'm now at Qiantang, one marvelous spot to witness the return of the tidal bore. We have a lot of separated pieces of rocks by the riverside brought by the previous rounds of tidal bore. And also in front of us, we have the flags showing to us the direction of the wind, and it's also the same direction of the tidal bore. Today is August 18th of the lunar calendar, one of the best moments to witness the tidal bore. We're now at Qiantang, and the tidal bore is galloping towards our side in the form of one unique line. So now I'd like to show you the sound of the tidal bore. The tidal bore is drawing near with very huge sounds. The height of the tidal bore is about 1 meter plus, just like a wall. Waiting here is the Qiantang dike of a length of 600 meters and several meters height. Let's look at the head of the tidal bore. The head of the tidal bore is very close. Well, you can see the tidal bore has just hit upon the dike to create a big wave of several meters. The tidal force can reach 7 to 8 tons. The dike has been separated into two parts, and I can immediately feel that mist created by the tidal bore. And the tidal bore is galloping forward, on the one hand towards Xiaoshan, and for the other part, it's returning towards the downstream. The returning tidal bore is fighting against the forward galloping ones. Just now we heard the thundering waves of the tidal bore, and now the sound is more like the downpouring. All the widely distributed rock pieces have been engulfed by the tidal bore. And we are also looking forward to the rocketing tidal bore, rocketing towards the sky. We have noticed a lot of comments on the platform. Our viewers online, they have been amazed by the height of the wave of the tidal bore. And here we also have this big turning corner, that is a big tidal wave rocketing to the sky. And you can also try to estimate the height of that wave. For our helicopter as well as our drones, they're also filming the tidal bore. We've already heard the shouting and crying of the audience by the riversides. They are all amazed by the natural wonder. It is estimated that the height of the tidal bore would be about 1.6 meters, and now with the maximum enthusiasm, the tidal bore is sweeping in front of us. And this is the strength of the nature. And we should all show our respect to the nature. In the ancient poems, there are also many lines of the poems describing the tidal bores. And the white foam from the galloping tidal bore, they are just like the snow. The tidal bore can carry our imagination towards the end of the world. But once more, notice for all of you, for our tidal bore chasing vehicle, we can be very close to the tidal bore because we have been approved by the local authority. And for ordinary people, you have to always put security at first place. You have to protect yourself and don't be so close to the tidal bore. For thousands of years, the tidal bore of the Qiantang River is witnessed by the people. For 15 years in a row, we have been here to share the tidal bore of Qiantang River with all the audience. Every year is around the Mid-Autumn Festival, the Moon Festival, especially around the 18th of August of the lunar calendar, we can have the best moments to witness the tidal bore. And now, as you can see that the tidal bore has been slowed down a little bit, and in a moment, peace would be restored by the riverbank. However, this round of tidal bore has left very beautiful impressions in everybody's hearts.